It's reunion time. So, of course, we have got to talk about the latest preview that has come out from the good folks at Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay. Not to mention the Bell Collective reunion is happening tonight. Okay. So, it is reunion time down to the own. But before we get into reunion time at own, let's discuss a little housewives tea. Okay. So if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so. Hit the notification bell button. But I want to get into something that we kind of talked about yesterday because Candiace Dillard Bassett has some things to say, and I feel like they echo some of the sentiments that I had following yesterday's dramatic reveal of this shocking video that has come out with Monica yelling at her mama. Well, and Monica's mama yelling at her. So let's get into the tea of it all. All right. So I'm going to play you a little bit of it just to kind of give you guys a reminder, and then we'll talk about what Candiace had to say. Okay.
The only thing that you did was unite those four assholes. That's the only thing that you did. How can you forget that your job is to get on airtime, to get into as many scenes as possible? You gotta play nice. I know you don't like her. I know you got beef with her, but you're an actress. You gotta pretend like all is right in the world. It's a job. It's a show. It's a reality show that you worked hard to get on. You left me.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about that. I mean, yes, we know that it is a job. Okay, let's break it on down for the reality of it all. Ironic, right? We know it's a job, and we know that conversations like this likely happen behind the scenes. You do want to make yourself known. You want to make your presence known. But the idea of it is, as I stated with the situation with Martell, is you you kind of want to at least allow the audience to believe that what is happening is somewhat real, right? Now, I know on a lot of shows we talk about people having rivalries and then those rivalries never ending. And so part of what Monica's mom is saying is correct. I mean, you've got to, at some point in time, be able to at least have some type of common ground, but the hope is that it is real, right? Or at least as real as it can be. And so Candiace has responded to this as she did with the Robin situation. Okay. She says, "What is this video? You're an actor?" Quote, "Mama, what? Hang it up, girls. That was it." Then she says, "This video, that video. Our shows don't work without authentic people who are willing to show the world their real lives. We all have a responsibility to stay true to that, as I've said before." Now, again, echoing sentiments that she had said about Robin as well. Now, having said that, okay, people in the comments, weren't really feeling it. For a lot of people right now, I see a lot of the common language that Monica saved Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, you know, um, but there to a certain degree were people who were saying that before this scandal broke. As I also stated, I felt like the show had gotten a refresh with her inclusion. So, barring all of that, um, I was satisfied with this season as it was. Granted, we would not have likely been talking about the finale in the way that we have been without those dramatics. But let's talk about the implications of the fallout of those dramatics, because all of these leaked videos and audios are showing a different side of the story. And this is when it becomes too much. And by too much, I mean like there's so much shenanigans and so many videos that are being released. I wouldn't even have time to cover them all. Like there's a lot that's being put out there, and it just kind of again sullies the work that was done to create the magic that we did see. And so I had actually, I think, hold on, and we got to talk about what Candiace's response to this was, because people were saying that, oh, Monica saved the show. She's iconic. Listen, I ain't gonna even lie. What happened was wild, okay? It was absolutely wild. A lot of parties involved. There's a lot of speculation that we will get into in just one second. But Candiace goes on to say this in the comments, especially to people who have been, championing Monica. And I'm not taking anything away from her, but she says, no one is denying that Monica added to the flavor profile of my Salt Lake City girls. I just think conversations like this, albeit released without Monica's permission, hurt our shows. And she is absolutely correct. You all are watching us to see us be real, and this conversation potentially proves that certain aspects of the show may not be. I 100% agree. I charge all of my housewife sisters, myself included, in this declaration. That's my opinion in my Tamara Judge voice. Valid, completely valid. I pretty much stated the same thing yesterday. All these other videos that are coming out, these conversations, they are, again, for a lot of people, they make you second guess, well, what am I watching, right? However, somebody had to let Norman loose and get on the internet, and Norman says Candiace is one of the all-time greats, and she has a point, but just let us have this. And to that I say, Norman, yes, I would love to let everyone have it. I would like to just have it as well. But because everyone is releasing all of the Kraken, okay, the Kraken has been released, and they are constantly pulling the curtain back to let us see the people pulling the puppet strings. It just feels like we can't get away from it, okay? And of course, when it's posted, I got to talk about it. So there we have it, right? Now, I want to get into something about, when we talk about the curtain being yanked back, right? We talk about that. And so again, shout out to our friends over at the Neighborhood Talk for capturing that, and for, Candiace and her comments on it. Because I'm also wondering, like, what other people who are in the space are feeling about it. And I think that's so valid. So I want to pull up this for you guys, because I think it's also super important. Because we questioned this as well yesterday, right? If you watched yesterday's video, I'm going to pull up the, not that one, but this one, the double exposed video from yesterday. Well, we talked about this, at length, right? And we're not going to double down on it today, but I asked the question, who knew? Because the fact of the matter is, we got word that there was a cease and desist sent from Jen Shaw to Monica and company, okay, whomever they may be, that indicated that you are, or allegedly you are, posting and taking private footage from the home and posting it on the Reality Von T's page. So there was already a connection there. And so we had to wonder, with Heather being as close to Jen as she was, with Heather also being the client of Tanisha, who is also affiliated with this account, how in the world does Heather not know this? How does she not know, right? And then if Heather knows and a cease and desist has been sent, how does production not know? So they are coming out, according to Page 6. And I want to shout out the Real Housewives Zone for this. It says, Page 6 is there's a confirmation here from the producers. Had they been aware prior to the ladies' vacation in Bermuda, they would have never withheld that information from the core four, a production source tells Page 6 on Thursday. It was a shock to everyone, even Monica, they added. Monica figured the information would come out eventually, but she was hopeful that she could have gotten through her first season without anyone blowing her cover, okay? Blowing her cover. It's just like, this whole thing is wild AF. It's kind of meta in the sense that this is playing out in the way that it has. But again, it almost feels like a little bit of a jump the shark moment. You know what I'm saying? Number one, how do you even top a season finale like that? I don't think that you can. Like, I mean, I'm sure. I mean, and this is from a show that has had someone get rated by the FEDS, okay, on the show. So in my mind, I'm like, this was big. How do you duplicate that? Where do you go from here? Because now everything that everyone is calling iconic and legendary is literally steeped in, as I stated before, scandal. And so when you have shows that are really steeped in scandal, how do you go? What do you do next? What do you do when there is no scandal? Is the show still any good? Okay, that's a good question. I like the show, but I like the show for different reasons than I think a lot of people are liking it and hopping on the bandwagon for. I like it for a lot of other reasons. But what do you do next, right? What do you do next? And then what does it say that everybody is calling it legendary because of the scandal and the way that it happened? Are we forced to make scandal really the epicenter of every season? I don't know. Like, I just feel like it leaves us in a precarious position. Let's move on to Love and Marriage Huntsville, because we have got to talk about Letitia is scorching the earth, okay? Scorching the good old earth, and she is leaving not one stone unturned in her path of destruction, okay? Um, Letitia has said, I have been silent for too long. Y'all not gonna keep playing with me, okay? Because I'm gonna release the Kraken, as we stated earlier. All right, a different type of Kraken, if you will. So Letitia is going in this clip. We got a little bit of it during the trailer, and we did speak about it, but we get a little bit more intel here. So Letitia is basically asking, you know, Keke, like, what's the tea, sis? Like, what are you doing over here? And Keke is making it seem like Letitia is out here looking stupid or crazy because she is kind of indicating that everybody is talking about these allegations of Marceau being with other women or cheating. So Letitia's question is, which is a valid one, is where are the people? Who are the people? Name the names. Where is the proof? But you can't name the people, okay? There's no solid proof out there. But what I do know is, and I'm paraphrasing here, I'm paraphrasing, is that your husband cheating on you, you cheating on your husband, and here's the kicker that we didn't get before. Letitia alleges that Keke paid for her husband to go out with someone else when they first got together. Now I was like, now say what now? Have a say what? Have a say who? How that work? I mean, listen, I don't know. It's giving real 50 shades of gray over here now. I mean, because like what to go on? Like, I'm always interested and fascinated in how, different people manage their love lives and their relationships, because I'm not here to judge. You know what I'm saying? Keke didn't look not nay bit shamed, in the slightest bit. I didn't see her deny anything. Um and she was oddly quiet as Letitia is going off about all of these accusations. And I'm like, well, girl, now tell us the tea. Now, I'm sure we're gonna get to say a tea tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow night when we're watching the episode. But as of today, okay, I'm trying to figure out, hey babe, what's tea? I mean, give us a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, let us in the inner circle a little bit. Let us know how that work out. You know what I'm saying? And of course, she is continuously, Letitia is continuing to drive home her point about Stormy not paying the people down to the Huntsville streets. And according to the streets of Huntsville, the people are telling her that Letitia, is not the only person that Stormy has not been paying. Okay. Now, if we're talking about that $100 bill, is that what they're talking about? And are they emailing Letitia because they think they're emailing Storm? I don't know. But what I will say is, listen, it's interesting when you run a business and how people view you when either customer service, is becomes an issue or something else becomes an issue. Then I don't know. I'm just trying to understand, like, I know that at one point in time, Stormy was saying that, she had like a pretty hard time in her business. And I'm not sure what that issue consisted of. Um, but I have heard people talk about, either not receiving, maybe I've heard people complain about little things about the business, but I would assume to a small degree that happens with any business that is owned. Even for myself, when I was heavy into the supplement game, and I still have my store, I'm just trying to determine whether or not I'm gonna keep it open. Because one of the things that I do not like about it is the idea of dealing with returns, because they would or a customer issue. A customer issue will wear on my nerves so bad because I want to make sure that the customer is happy, right? So I got to figure out, I can't sleep until I figure out how to rectify a customer issue once I've seen it happen. So it becomes a stressful thing, because the thing that I know is a happy customer is a returning customer. And you always want to make sure that you can do whatever you possibly can, even for me, if it came at a loss to myself, because what I know for certain is, if I see a company out there will work hard to rectify an issue, I am 9 times out of 10 more likely to go back to that company, unless it's just issues upon issues upon issues. So it's interesting. It's interesting to see the business kind of get thrown into the mix in this conversation. And I wonder if Stormy will clap back business wise at Letitia in this same manner. All right. So we got some things to look forward to. I'm interested in seeing this. I don't know about y'all, but I'm interested in seeing this Bell Collective reunion. And I'm gonna watch it and recap it. I know that I kind of fell off of my recaps of that particular show, mostly because I have been feeling overwhelmed during the holiday season, because there are so many shows on, between Potomac, Married to Medicine, Beverly Hills, Basketball Wives, LA, Orlando, Salt Lake City, Love and Marriage Huntsville. It was just a lot at a certain point in time. And there's a certain way that I prefer to do my reviews, which oftentimes requires a lot of notes. And it just becomes like a bit of a little bit of a job at times to like really dive into some of the shows the way that I want to. So I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to manage that a little bit differently so that I can still give y'all like a fun review, but maybe not have it be so taxing on myself, right? So anyway, that's just a little bit of behind the scenes administrative tea for me, just to kind of let you guys know, because I have seen your questions about whether or not I will be recapping Beverly Hills or Bell Collective again. And the answer is, for Bell Collective, yes. Beverly Hills, I've got to see how things continue to go as we move along in the next couple of weeks. So with that being said, I will catch you all in the next video. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so and hit that notification bell button. And with that being said, here is a promo for book number 1. And like I said, book number 2 will be out very, very soon.
So, Desiree Davenport, what are you hoping to accomplish with this show?
Honestly, I've lost everything in the most horrible way possible. And listen, I want it all back. I'm willing to build it piece by piece, and I mean brick by brick.
Oh, honey, she is done. I bet you a Birkin she doesn't last all season with us. Just watch.
I'm Misha Hill, and I'd like to consider myself the matriarch of this dynamic group of ladies. I mean, someone has to keep them under control.
I'm Davita Delaney.
I mean, I think I could teach these ladies a thing or two about how to get and keep a good man.
They said she was a gold digger. Gene, you're there for me. I'm just really looking forward to being surrounded by other empowering bosses.
Yes, I know exactly what she's doing. And if she keep playing in my face, I'm gonna have to let her all her dirty little secrets, just like she did to me. And I'm not playing.
Let's get this straight. If I brought you into this circle, I just as easily can take you out.
She ain't running nothing over here, okay? She needs to be worried about running that household and worried about why that husband of hers is never at home.
Oh, hell.
Ooh, child, this is about to be a mess.
Oh my God, I hate mess. What in the world did I get myself into?